We got to talk about our favorite place to go to when we want to chill, fellas. We got to go to Sesame Place.
Oh hell!
Oh,
I've been hearing bits and pieces about this, but I haven't heard the whole thing.
Okay, well, glad that you even said that because I'm going to segue into this piece here. So, from our buddies at TMZ, Sesame Place right now is going through some issues. They are involved in a $25 million class action lawsuit claiming racism. So, as they say, you could see this one coming. Sesame Place, Philadelphia, and let's correct TMZ. Sesame Place is really not Philadelphia. It's Langhorne,
Yes,
PA. Okay, so let's correct that, TMZ. So you got to smarten up now. Now you could just call a journalist like us here at G-Phi Radio. We can always help you out. So Sesame Place in Langhorne has been hit with a $25 million class action lawsuit claiming the park and its employees have insulted and damaged black patrons, especially the youngsters. The lawsuit lists a man named Quentin Burns, who says he and his family visited Sesame Place on June 18th. Burns said he purchased tickets to the park for himself and his young daughter with the expectation they experience meet and greets with Sesame Street characters. However, according to the documents, Burns says that when he and his kid attended a meet and greet with costume performers of Elmo, Ernie, Telly Monster, and Abby Cadabby, the characters refused to engage with them and other black guests as well. Burns says the performers were more than happy to engage with white customers at the same event. Now, there's been an infamous video that's been going around where you see two little girls are trying to get the attention of this one Sesame Street character, and it could be this one that they say it's called Telly Monster, and I could be totally wrong. But when you look at the video, the kids are reaching out, and one wants to give a hug, and then you see the character just waving the hands like, no, no, no. But, continuing on with the article, of course, the lawsuit comes directly on the heels of the video that surfaced from the park showing character Rosita. So that's who it was. It was Rosita only refusing to hug but shaking her head no at two young black girls who wanted to interact with her at the parade. The mother was spoken to, and the family attorney who says that they've been in talks with Sesame Street making their situation right. And they've even floated the possibility of legal action. Now, there is, as mentioned, a full-blown class action lawsuit. A rep from Sesame Place mentioned that we will review the lawsuit filed on behalf of Mr. Burns. We look forward to addressing that claim through the established legal process. We are committed to deliver an inclusive, equitable, and entertaining experience for all of our guests. Unquote. And, of course, there's been other people that have said the same thing. There was another individual, I believe, from Baltimore. If it's not this person here mentioned in the article, there's somebody else. So there's multiple people.
Oh, you got class action suit. You got several people. You got people from all over, every walk of life that got video. That has video of their child being discriminated against by Sesame Street or Sesame Place. Sesame Street is a part of Sesame Place, so let's not get it twisted, guys.
And just to let you know, Sesame Place is actually owned by SeaWorld. That I did not know, which is very interesting. But this video's been all around. Cortez, have you seen the video?
I've seen them all, man. The problem is, it's hard for me to say if they were being racist or not, man, because I'm gonna be honest, you walking around in a costume in the middle of July, man. Hot as hell, bro. You're supposed to be there to greet all these different kids, man. And sometimes what can happen, I think they got a little, some of them might have overlooked some black, well, as some white kids. I think it was just something on their part, man. I'm just trying to be empathetic on their side, that you're walking around with a costume, a 50-pound costume on, man, burning up inside. You're just trying to get through the line so you don't overheat.
Right.
You might skip a few people on the way, but I know there's no excuse for what went down.
Correct.
But now you got everybody coming out the woodwork now with all their issues. Like, they ignored my kid too. And I'm like, man, I don't know if you people are just trying to get paid or what y'all trying to do.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it right now, and you see the one girl who has her arms open, just waiting for Rosita to come around, and you see Rosita smacking hands of a couple Eurocentric folk prior to the girls, and then gives a high five to the one lady, and now these girls are waiting, and then all of a sudden, she turns to the direction of the Eurocentric woman and says, no, no, no. I don't know if it was a question asked or somebody was trying to do something, but then she turned to the girls and literally waved the hand, no, 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 and turned away. So now my question is this, kind of like what you brought up, Cortez. Were they saying no to the girls, or was it a continuation of the prior conversation, discussion, incident involving the Eurocentric folk? That is the true question. GPS, do you want to chime in?
Yeah, when Cortez was saying that, you know, they running around these 50-pound costumes in the heat and that's all that's fine. But the staff also needs to be cognizant. You have to interact with all facets, all races, all cultures while they're in that park. Correct. I don't care if it's 100 pounds, 150 pounds. You make sure you pick up some kids of color. Yeah. Okay, even if you don't like them, you got on a goddamn costume, they're not touching you. Pick them up, give them some pictures, say hi, hug them, whatever it is, and then move on.
Isn't that part of the job description anyway?
But now here you are, you know, the dumb shit, really. And now somebody's got to kick out 25 million or more over what? Because you was hot? Shit. Y'all won't be working there after this, I can tell you that.
Now remember, in a lot of these mascots and these costumes that they have, there's usually a mesh where you can actually view. It's around the neck area.
That's right.
They usually have a mesh area. So if you're turning a direction, you see one thing, and you're involved in something, why wouldn't you just stop and you hear other voices in front of you? You know you've got to pan your head and you're going to see people in front. Why not just take a step back for a second and stop and say, wait a minute, I just missed somebody. Let me go back to them. And give the hugs, give the loves, whatever you need to do to make that kid happy. So I agree with GPS that I don't think that I think there is a lack of diversity and inclusion teachings within Sesame Place. They're so used to having things be the norm for so many decades that now when this incident comes up, they're literally like shitting their pants. I don't know what to do. What are we going to do? Oh my God, what happened? So I believe it really does go back to training. And you could have, if you know that you were, it's like us. If we're in a discussion and 2 or 3 people are asking you questions, what do we usually do? We stop people. Hey, hold on a second. Be right there. What were you saying? What were you saying? Okay, you take everybody one individual at a time. Yes, you're in a rush, you're in a fast pace, but you have to be cognizant of everybody that's around you.
I got another question.
Yes, sir.
Where was the goddamn supervisor?
Was he dressed up as some character? I don't know. I have no idea.
Doesn't matter. Even he can take a break, step out. Okay, look, you know, we're required to pick up 3 black kids an hour. We ain't pick up none the last hour. We're going to do all black kids this hour.
Wait a minute. Are you saying now that it's supposed to be a minority quota?
Hey, listen. It's a park full of kids.
Right.
Pick up 1 kid every 5 minutes. Every other color. Okay. That way you can videotape that shit. Look, I pick up 1. Look, these little motherfuckers is heavy and it's hot as shit in this thing. So I pick up 1 for 5 minutes. I dance around with that one. I take 5 minutes. I dance around with some more. I pick up another one for 5 minutes. I put that one down. I dance around with everybody for 5 more minutes. I pick up 2 more, 1 of each color, and I dance around with them for 2 minutes. And then I put them down. Cause these little motherfuckers heavy. Look at him. Fat Johnny over there. You know he's 60 pounds and he's only 2 foot tall. Come on.
But here's the issue. I agree with what you say 100%, minus the Fat Johnny. But the problem is, there's going to be a moment where the guy is tired, or the girl going to be tired, and when they turn away, it's that one individual that they miss, or an oversight, and that's where the dominoes fall.